Oh my god, wait, rewind the tape.
Hello.
Hi, guys, and welcome back to season 2 of Wait, Rewind the Tape with
Ooh.
me, Natalie.
And me, Ruth.
Woo! And today we are filming our special Valentine's Day bonus episode because that's what day it is.
And what better time to come back? I have no idea why.
Then this
What
is
has
the day.
Valentine's Day got to do with us?
What has Valentine's Day ever done for you? It's done nothing for me.
Have you ever had a good Valentine's Day?
I've never had. Well, I mean, I'm sure some of the days that Valentine's Day has happened to fall on have been just good days,
Oh yeah, for
but
sure.
just because they're good days, not because they're Valentine's Day, just like a regular
Have you
day
ever
that
had
happens to not
like
be shit.
a romantic Valentine's
No,
Day? Do you
never,
know what? I can't
never.
remember them. The only Valentine's Day I remember is the time I went to Asda, but I was 17. A new boyfriend. No, I must have been 18 actually. God, I must have been 18. A new boyfriend. We ended up walking to Asda from his house because he lived really close to the big Asda. He bought me some tulips. We were in there for an hour. And at the time, it was a nightmare. But honestly, if I was in a Tesco superstore like this year, oh, let me tell you, I'd be having the time of my life.
What?
The last time I went to a Tesco superstore, obviously because it's lockdown, was the most fun. Like, I was just, there's so much random stuff in there.
I just don't go to supermarkets anymore.
That's what I mean. You need to get in the car and drive to a superstore. You will not regret it.
Okay, so you went to a Tesco superstore, you walked around for an hour, and
Oh,
this
yeah, I went
guy
to an
bought you some
Asda.
tulips.
He
Oh,
bought
an
me some
Asda,
tulips.
sorry.
And I
My bad.
remember thinking, like, I'm not sure about you.
That was the moment. Oh, how do I extricate myself from this relationship
I
on
think that was the
Valentine's Day?
second moment where I was just like, there's
Not
nothing
sure.
wrong with this. We are teenagers. I'm not expecting, it's not about the money. I'm just not sure about you. There's just something off here.
And what happened?
I kept dating him for like 2 years.
For a solid 5 years after that. Never
And
once was I sure about that relationship, but I tried.
boy, did I try. I was
I
clinging
put the
on.
mileage in. Um,
Romance.
so that's your
Only
top.
Valentine's I can
Well, okay.
remember.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
The
okay.
others, I'm sure guys have like bought me flowers. I'm sure of it. I think one Valentine's Day someone sent me flowers to work. I just can't
Oh,
remember any of them. No, I was really embarrassed. The office I was working in, it wasn't like a good environment. I just felt like a dickhead. I think it might have been our anniversary. But anyway, none of them have banged. Like, I don't remember. But I still like Valentine's Day for some reason. I think it's because when you walk into, like, the local shop, there's all the chocolates in one place. Do they not
what do you mean? As if in any other time they're just dotted around the store and you
No,
have to
they
go
put
on
it
a
like
scavenger hunt for them? They're
honestly,
always in the same
the
place.
good stuff is always in a weird spot. You're like, "Why would you put it here?"
Because it's the good stuff. They don't want you to have it.
I feel like they don't. But on Valentine's Day, they're like, "Go on then. Help yourself.
Go on, treat yourself.
Go on, love. No one's gonna
Come
buy
on.
you any."
Find that for yourself. Don't worry. Have a bottle of wine too.
Of course. It's also an excuse to drink.
Yeah, Valentine's Day, I don't know, must be nice for people in relationships
I
that
wonder if it is. It's
like
probably
each other.
hell.
Well, I think it was
Oh,
also like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna feel sorry for you because there's like, oh, loads of pressure to make Valentine's Day special or to get gifts. What? I'm supposed to feel sorry for you that you found the love of your life? Fuck off.
Boo-hoo for you,
Yeah,
honey.
fuck off.
The only people who
Anyway,
can enjoy it, I guess, are people who are just like into romantic gestures. That is their days to shine.
I get that, and I know, but I think it's also that's nice. Just let everybody each to your own. I think it's annoying when people are like, I just don't like Valentine's Day. Why do you need just one day to say I love you? It's
I
like,
love
well,
you.
you
Aw.
just like you don't. You could do it any day, but if why not? Why not Valentine's Day?
Yeah. I think people don't like commercial holidays.
Or people like to say that they don't like the commercialization of things, but I didn't see you complaining at Christmas
Also,
when you were
pick me
getting
some freaking
presents.
flowers. I don't mind that.
Yeah. Like, again, must be nice to be able to complain about having somebody to buy a gift for that you don't want to have to do that.
I have to prove my love to someone again.
God damn it.
Didn't I already show you enough? Oh my God. I suppose it depends what you've done. Imagine if you've been with someone and you've literally been giving them all this like emotional labor. You've maybe had to slide them money a few times. You've been cheering them up with gifts. And then Valentine's Day comes around. You look at them, you're like, if you fucking dare, I swear to God,
Yeah.
I am
Just
done with you.
well, yeah. I don't know. Anyway, let's get back on point. We got
Yes,
not totally off topic, but slightly distracted from
as
what we're
always.
doing here. Yeah. We are kickstarting this season. We've obviously the keen viewers out there who are either watching this on YouTube or Instagram. You'll notice that we are not. This isn't the usual setup. We're not sitting on my sofa, and
Mm,
sadly, we're also not going to be watching porn and talking about it.
yeah.
So that's kind of, I suppose, we should just get that out of the way. Season 2, it's not about porn. Doesn't mean we won't talk about it.
Lord
Doesn't mean
knows
we
we
won't
might.
reference Miss Big Tit or Nasty or the widow. Ruby the
I was like,
widow.
who's the widow? I remember.
Yeah,
She killed her husband.
from her wicked ways. And it doesn't mean that we won't talk about sex or personal stories or personal feelings or grudges that we may have against certain
That's
days.
guaranteed.
Exactly. It's absolutely guaranteed. We're just not going to be doing it with the soundtrack of the moans, saxophones, or Star Wars theme tunes.
God bless.
So sorry about that.
And it's
Also,
basically this new strain of corona. Like I cannot travel to Natalie's. I just want everyone to know we've been super safe. So to cut down on the amount of time we've had to spend together, that sounds so shady. To make sure we don't have to stay with each other. No, to make sure I don't have to travel much, we record back-to-back episodes, and let me tell you, it is killer. So we
it's
meet up.
exhausting.
It's so tiring. We meet up and we just record back to back. So if you notice that sometimes we're like crazy happy and other times we're like asleep, that's probably why. But I'm also like, I bet they don't notice. And the episodes that they think we're like tired, we're probably not. And the episodes where we're
Probably drunk.
literally like, yeah, I didn't want to say it.
Yeah, well, I did. I mean, not that I wanted to say it. I just said it.
I'm glad you did. Someone's got to be honest around here.
Yeah,
So
radical
yeah,
honesty with our listeners. So
yeah.
yeah, new setup. We're trying out a new way of doing things. Hopefully, it goes well.
And as you know, we watch a lot of TV. So there will always be a topic, a theme, something we've watched, something you can watch along with us, and we'll give you our
So
thoughts and feelings.
in many ways, the podcast actually just hasn't changed because we
At
pretty much
all.
just talked about other TV shows the whole time anyway. It's just a format that's changed, and of
Yeah.
course, yeah, you can watch along to an episode. Maybe if this format works, we can let you know ahead of time what we'll be watching so that you can refresh yourself.
Yes. I already
Maybe
think
we'll
I know
even
what
do a
we'll watch
little
next week.
another Instagram an Instagram vote.
Oh my God, that would be so fun because
You tell
now
us what to
everyone can
watch.
watch. Yes. And it
Yeah.
would also be cool if you've got any ideas of things that we could watch that came out on VHS.
It would
That
be
would be
cool if
fun.
you could, but why? We can't. What do you mean that came out on VHS? We can't
Just
watch
as
them
like,
together on VHS.
no, I know, but just so like I feel like we're in the era.
Right,
Because then we can
anything that's
see like,
80s, that old, yeah. So
yeah,
basically, what
late
we're saying is
70s, 80s.
it would be cool if you could decide our content for us.
100%. Can you please plan the podcast? Because I'm not doing
Yeah,
it.
maybe just do it as well for us. We've
If you
also
want to record yourself.
we've talked a lot about how we would like a producer, but we'd also like hosts to replace us.
Oh, wow. So real. We basically we've started the idea. We just need people to pick it up.
Yeah, we've seeded it. We
We've
want
done our
you
part.
to run with it and to make it a success. And we'll take credit for it.
Oh my God, 100%. Created
Yeah.
by our names.
Okay, so without further ado, should we reveal what we are going to discuss today?
Yes, because remember,
Okay.
guys, it's Valentine's Day, and this is the first time we've spoken to you this year, and you know for a fact what we watched at Christmas.
You know it. You
It
watched
was
it.
it was made for us. It was marketed to us.
It was.
It literally was. So we're going to be watching, as I like to call it now, because I'm lazy to spell, the Big B, Bridgerton. The Big B is just so much easier.
The big B, yeah.
And I don't mean
Bridgerton, yes.
Beyonce.
No, that's the big bay. No, oh god.
No, that works.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, okay. Anyway, yes, from the soundtrack, which was obviously great, to the cast, to the story, the twists, the turns, the confusion,
The
everything just
sex.
happening so quickly. The sex.
The costumes as well. I love the
costumes.
costumes.
Obviously, we'll spend a fair bit of time discussing the
Most of them.
costuming, and then we'll probably talk a lot about the Duke.
Oh, yeah.
The good old Duke of Hastings. It took me so long to get it into my head that his name's actually Simon.
Oh,
You just call him the Duke.
I'm sorry, but unless it's the song Simon Says, I just don't. Where does that name fit in life?
I didn't want to be mean.
It's an
but
odd
yeah.
name. Is it biblical? It must be, because
Is
there's
it,
no
like,
other reason that
descended
name
from
caught on.
Simeon? It feels like an odd name to call, like, a baby.
Like Neil.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is a grown man's name, and you
It
know
just
it.
feels really odd that a baby would be born and you'd say, "Yeah, this baby's called Simon."
I'm also called Ruth, which, thanks to Friends, is now considered, like it wasn't before, is now considered an old lady's name.
Who's Ruth on Friends?
So they're talking about what they might name Emma, and I think they suggest
Oh,
Ruth,
right.
and then it's like,
Yeah.
that's an old lady's name. And I'm like, first of all, I already hated this show. And Jennifer Aniston, you were on thin ice, so don't you dare.
Okay, cool. Bridgerton. So I'm fresh from rewatching the final episode because, of course, we binged it immediately as soon as it came out. So it's been a while since I've watched it. So I had to just give myself a little recap. Where do we begin?
Simon is a biblical name. It's Hebrew.
Okay.
And it means listen or hearing. I'm sure there's something in that. Maybe because
maybe
he's
it's
actually...
because he the character Simon didn't really speak when he was a boy, so he listened so much. Do we really think it's that multi-leveled?
100%. Names are always well, they should be in any good story. Your name should 100% mean something. Otherwise, the whole of English literature is just a joke. You spend the whole time discussing the
There's
symbolism
no
of their
way that
names.
authors are like, okay, when I'm thinking about names, I'm gonna look up and I'm gonna look at the
But
meaning
you
of the
do
name
when
and
you're
attach
naming
it
a
to.
child.
I
It
don't
has
know
to
if
mean something. It has to either mean like a common name to describe someone of a certain demographic, or the name literally has to carry some sort of metaphorical value, or you're a dick and you're lazy and you need to get a new job.
Wait, what? What if you just like the name?
Even in Bridgerton, okay, this is a good example. So all the children are named alphabetically.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So that's like an
So it's what
example.
we got. I always forget the name. So who have we got? We got Anthony.
He's smoking hot.
Do we think with the mutton chops?
I love his mutton
Right.
chops. That sounds so
No,
silly.
the second brother's the hottest. The
Second,
artist.
I
No?
find him so unbelievably wet and unattractive.
Wow. For a long time, they were
That's so
interchangeable for
harsh. I
me.
forgot they were real people. That's so unnecessarily mean.
No,
I'm
but you're not
sorry.
saying that him as a person, it's a him as a
Yeah,
character, yeah. But
yeah.
for a good long time, I thought that they were interchangeable, and when there was a
No
moment where
way.
the second one had been out gallivanting, and then he saw Eloise smoking, and
Yeah.
I thought that it was the older one,
No,
and
I
I was
like
getting
the
really
older one.
confused.
The
I
only
don't know,
times I
there's
really
something about
like
the
the second
chops.
one, I like them. The only time I really liked the second brother was once where he was smoking with his sister, and secondly, when I thought that his character was going to take some sort of queer exploration, but then he
Oh,
didn't, and I was
yes,
like,
I really but then actually he
bored of
was
you.
just,
He just saw like two men kissing, and he was like,
and he
"Oh my
behaved a
lord!"
little bit,
He had a homophobic
but
reaction.
he did, yeah, and
But
then it was
at
like,
that, it would
"Okay,
be
it's cool."
so unrealistic if he didn't, unless they were trying to paint
And then he
him
was
as a
like, "Oh,
character with.
wait, I banged your wife. It's fine. I had a threesome with your wife."
He could have been like a really open-minded, like, but he's not. He's just that's why I don't like him. He's like an aristocrat who gets to dip his toe, and I just want him to break his toe, shove it up his nose, and choke on it. That doesn't make any sense.
Wow, strong
But the
reaction.
eldest brother, I just find him extremely physically attractive. And I don't know if it's
I
problematic, and
thought
it
that but
probably
he was a
is.
bit wet, no? I thought that
I
what the great I really liked it when, Sienna, who guys are also sorry, spoiler alert. You've all watched it, we know,
if you
but just in
haven't, you don't
case,
want to at this
just in
point.
case you haven't watched it, just pop the episode off now, go watch it, and then come back and
Come back.
listen. Come back,
You
yeah,
can
please.
literally just watch episodes 1, 4, and 7 and the final.
Yeah, but the final's also, like
Yeah. 7
anyway,
is yeah, I won't yeah.
what were we talking about? Oh, yeah,
The
when the opera
brothers.
singer was just like, "You can fuck off. You don't see me. You just no."
Because I'm a really messy bitch in real life, obviously the storyline that I was most emotionally invested in was one the baby drama, and secondly the
Mm,
opera singer, because I
mhm,
feel like the opera singer is just more that dynamic, that relationship dynamic of getting with someone and it being like a casual thing and feeling like you'll never be good enough to be
mm,
their real wife, and then dealing with those insecurities is so relatable. But I'm
yeah.
not banging lords, obviously. But then also the other dynamic of somebody like letting you down and then expecting you to just be there whenever they feel like it is also very relatable.
Oh, don't.
But the first
Yeah.
time I watched it, I thought that scene, okay, so there's a scene, to those who haven't watched it, where the eldest Bridgerton brother, who is a lord, he is getting with an opera singer who's a performer who sorry, I'm laughing at Natalie saying with the lamb chops. He has huge sideburns. He's getting with this opera
Massive.
singer who is for the streets. I don't know how else to say that. She's not a lady, so that the two of them,
Yeah.
they're like Prince and Camilla.
Well, she's got a job,
If
doesn't
I could throw
she?
some shade in there.
And she's, I
Yeah,
suppose, a bit of
she's
a
a working
harlot.
girl.
Yeah.
She basically has sex, which is not something that a lady is supposed to. No, but that's all it is. Literally, the only thing she does is that she has sex.
And has a job, which a lady wouldn't.
Okay, so you can't work and you can't have sex. It's the same.
Mm.
You just can't.
And if you have
Outside of
sex
marriage.
for work.
That's still considered taboo right
But it's
now,
quite
and we
nuts
actually need
because
to
if you
talk
think
about
about
that.
the women that they want and that they do, portray that do have jobs that aren't part of the upper class, they're very, very skilled. One's an opera singer, one like is a
She's a
dressmaker.
brilliant singer as well, which is how I knew she
Yeah.
was miming because there's a scene where like the vocals are on point. Some elitists would say the
Where at the
vibrato was
ball.
a bit much, but I say to those people, go to hell. But her vocals were perfect. But she was, the scene where she cries because she's like so
Mm.
moved by the music. That's when I was like, this girl is out of that guy's league, by the way, because she's
Way
so
out of his
talented.
league.
Why is she, if she is, that's the thing about the show. It reminds you that if that woman is considered to be like beneath everyone, and this is really the country we've grown up in with that level of classism, or
Mm.
classism to those who can't understand any other pronunciation. I've had that problem recently. That means that you end up thinking, oh my God, I'm these characters. You think you're a
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bridgerton, but you are the seamstress.
No, yeah, I wouldn't, I wouldn't be,
I
a
still think I'm Lady
Bridgerton.
Danbury. You guys can fight me in the
Yes.
comments.
No, I think that's accurate. No
That's
one
the
quite
vibe.
knows where she came from.
She's
What's the
a lady of
story?
mystery. But she's
Um,
oh, okay, this is gonna
she
show that I've
fucks.
read too
You can
much.
tell.
Only because she smokes, so it's just like, ooh. No, because it's like scandalous that she smokes, isn't it?
Right.
Because the older women, they all do things that they shouldn't really do, except for maybe Daphne's mother.
Oh, Mrs. Bridgerton.
Yeah,
Lady Bridgerton. Yeah, she's a
she
bit
ain't doing
boring.
nothing.
I mean, but she got oh God, actually one thing that really made me lol, in the opening credits, Lady Whistledown is just talking about stuff, as she does, much like we do in the intro to our podcast, which is just like Lady Whistledown.
We are Lady Matilda.
And she's saying like, what will your future hold? The rarest of accomplishments of a true love's match.
That is though to this day.
Isn't that sad? No, why is that like okay, maybe yeah,
Find it
it's
okay.
rare, but
If we take gender out of the equation, which you never can in the world we live in, but if we do, and the expectations of your gender, like finding a true love match is pretty hard.
yeah, sorry, I think I should when I'm saying it out loud, I realized that I was listening to it with a really bitter lens because it's true, it is a rare accomplishment, but I think
It's
when I
not an
hear the word
accomplishment.
accomplishment, I'm kind of thinking that it's saying like the highest and rare, that it's because we live in a world where something being rare is like a
Coveted.
prize. So it
Yeah.
feels like it's saying like it's the highest thing that you could ever
No, you're right.
accomplish
That is literally what she's saying
and
because I'm thinking about it
is a
backwards.
true love match. And I'm just kind of like, fuck you.
Because in a society where you have to get married and it's basically arranged, it's like a commercial transaction, to actually be in love is a rare, and it's seen as an accomplishment because everybody else is like, I wish I could do
Yeah.
that. Yeah, you're right. I feel
But
you.
then it's also saying, because it's saying, again, the only value that you have, the only worth that you have is in a true love match.
But
Nothing you could do on your own.
that is continuous. That is like a major theme of the show. Even for the men, they are not men until they have a family. Whereas for women, they don't have any use outside of marriage.
Yeah. And another thing, actually, I want to talk about because that's just depressing. What what was the reasoning for the choice of Lady Whistledown's accent?
I don't know why that's so funny to me.
Because like knowing now what we know, I'm not saying that it would obviously it would give the game away if but it just is so weird that it has to be like why?
He reminds me of like a drunk drama teacher. Oh, oh, we're all about the ton. And it's just like, sober up and speak normally. Like, why are you speaking in that ridiculous voice? And I'm sorry to the woman who narrates it, because if that is her real voice, I'm sorry to you. But I don't know
No, it
what
can't
private
be.
school gave you that voice, honey. You need to get a refund immediately. You
No,
sound
it's
crazy.
somebody, it's a drama teacher that's drunk and is also putting on, like, a Queen's English accent, but you know that she's not
Oh my
at
god.
all saying
Like
it's
when
not
they
her.
introduce a new play to you at the beginning of the lesson and they start doing all the voices and you're like, "Oh my god, you're batshit
No,
crazy."
don't. That's the best. Yeah, and you're like, "Wow, that's what you that's okay, cool. That's what you think that this character sounds like." It's good to know what you think, like, poor people, rich people,
Oh my god.
non-white people sound like.
So problematic.
Yeah, cool. And
Oh my god.
are you expecting me to do the accents as well when you pick us out at
100%.
random to read?
Why do you think
Because
all
I'm not
schools
doing
do
it.
Bugsy Malone? They just wanna hear you make a fool of yourself. Oh god.
To be fair though, Bugsy Malone is good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I'm sure there's probably some people who
I
hated
am
it, but
actually joking. We never did none of the schools in the area did Bugsy Malone. It were more of a guys and dolls town.
oh,
Like
okay.
be a lady tonight. That soundtrack of bangs. I'm not even gonna lie. That soundtrack is on fire. I
No,
can't even
so is the
remember what it's
Bugsy
about.
Malone one.
I can't remember a song from Bugsy
What do you
Malone.
mean?
I just remember
Her
it's like a boy
name
in a
is
suit.
Priscilla, her first rule of thumb.
That's from Bugsy Malone.
Yeah, and also
Okay, go on.
let them speak easy. No, that's not how it goes,
No,
but
I don't know
it's
that
kind of
song.
how it goes. Da, 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 da. You know what? Never mind. This is not. This is not a
It is a sing along.
regatta.
We know. We
Regatta.
always make it
Regatta.
one.
Um. Right. Back to Bridgerton.
Oh my god, I have so much to say about because rewatching it, I watched a few episodes today. There is so much. There is just first of all, that I still think that the girl who what is her name? What is that family's name?
The Featheringtons.
The Featheringtons. I think that family, first of all, is a hot mess.
I was just when the dad dies, just really like not
No, I knew he was gonna
unexpectedly,
get
but
matched.
kind of.
I knew he was gonna die. I was gonna say I knew he was gonna get
But it was really
mashed
like
up.
such a non-thing because it happens in the last. It's just quite a
Oh, he's dead. He might not
yeah,
really
but
be
yeah,
dead though.
exactly.
He might
N-
have faked his own death.
There's did
That's some
no way.
EastEnders drama.
But then
He
also
comes
the house
back.
is
Oh,
gone because those
that,
guys are going to take the house.
oh, because they had the deed.
Yeah.
Okay, this is my problem
Well,
with
no,
that man.
no. He won the bet, but
Yeah.
obviously they're going to take it off him because he cheated.
No, but how are
So
they
they've
going to take it
taken his
off him?
life
Because
because I don't
legally, if
know.
he dies, doesn't his house go to the first male heir in his family?
I mean, if they're going to play by the real rules of
I think they will.
of the day.
They will. So I think they're going
Um,
to introduce some random nephew or something who's going to be even
it'll be like
worse.
Downton Abbey when
I
did you
never
ever watch
watched that. Drama.
that? Massive drama, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's good.
Oh, I
That
wanted to
family, yeah, the
say.
Featheringtons back on exactly.
Oh, okay. So the Featheringtons are a mess. And what is her name? Penelope. Pitstop.
Yeah,
Penny.
Penelope. It's just yeah, Mrs.
I
Lady
yeah, she's
yeah.
Lady Whistledown. But it's insinuated. We don't know if it really is. She
What?
is for
Oh,
what
I
she did
guess.
to her cousin. Okay, I'm clearly going to hell, but for what she did to her cousin, I can't stand her. I don't care if you like that boy. Why would you put him before your blood? I know they don't know each other, but come on. Like when she
Yeah.
wrote that paper and threw her cousin under the bus, I just can't get over why you would do that to somebody. It's not like she had a choice. I still don't think she had a choice. Like, what was she gonna do? Like, tell everyone she's pregnant? Not Matt. He liked her. She should have just told
And
him and
also
had that
what's
baby.
upsetting is he he would have supported her. But he said
She should have
he said
told him. Yeah, they all say that, don't they? They say a lot of things.
"You'd only
Would the
told me. Now I'm going to Europe. Bye."
Oh, see ya. Have fun with the baby.
Yeah, I'm going to
Write
Paris
to
instead. Bye.
me. I really
Um,
did like that brother. Loved him.
who
And I
did you
loved the pregnant cousin.
Yeah,
So I wanted them to
she
get
was good.
together. I felt like
Did she
Penelope was
marry?
just a
Did she end up
hater.
marrying the brother of of the
Yeah, her
father?
baby daddy's brother,
Yeah.
her dead baby daddy's
He
brother.
wasn't bad. I
Me,
wouldn't say that that's like a raw deal. I mean, obviously, it would be better if
yeah,
she
we
could
don't
just
know him yet.
be independent.
No,
Yeah,
no, I
you're
get
right.
that at the time she had no options, but we don't know him yet. No, but I get it. It's like supposed to be a happy ending, but it's just like, don't try and make me feel like, oh, everything's okay because somebody married her. I'm still pissed at you, you little cunt. Like, how dare you? I cannot believe she outed her to like, why would you do that? Because, and she's trying to make it sound like she did it because the level of deceit was too much. But really and truly, you did that because you fancy him. And he doesn't
Yeah,
want you.
and he never
Sorry.
did.
Sorry,
Yeah,
boo.
he's
Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but
he's
he
going to
still doesn't
Europe.
want you.
He'd
He's
rather
still
go to
out.
Europe.
And it was you that told me to do it. And she's standing there like, oh, yeah, I did do that.
Have fun.
The thing is, she's a cute girl. She could get with someone else. So I just thought she was a complete hater. I felt like she should have let her her prego cousin trap that man. Okay.
But then she also didn't love him.
No, what do you mean love?
She
I
didn't
feel
care for
like
him really. She thought he was a nice guy, but then she was also
no,
just kind of like,
they
I just
watch it
want.
again. There's an episode where they're together. They liked each other.
Oh, and I'm sure they fancied each other, and I'm sure they could grow to love each other. But it was also
I
like,
felt like there was something there. If I didn't, I wouldn't be saying all this.
wow, I'm like, no, really, I wouldn't say.
No,
I'm not
I
a
wouldn't.
liar. I wouldn't make it up. There was something there.
I am a woman of integrity. Okay,
There's
there was
something
something
there that
there.
wasn't there before. Okay.
No, there was. There was. Oh
Um,
my god, they had a thing. They had a spark, and her
can
little.
we
Oh,
talk about everything just happened so
it
quickly?
was just a
Like
hot mess.
they just, which I kind of enjoyed in a way, because some of those things like in the old world you would have got to the point at which Daphne and what's his face and Simon the Duke got married, like at the end. It would have been a whole
Yeah,
fucking season of like, will they, won't they? So when they did, like halfway through or even earlier, you're like, oh, well,
but
where's
let's
this
not
gonna
forget this
go?
is Shondaland. It will take you up, down, left, right. I was rewatching Scandal, and it got to the point where I was like. Okay, 2 episodes ago, you were gonna get a divorce, and now he's been shot in the head. And I'm just like, what is going on? And now Kerry is being held hostage. Not even
Oh
when
my god.
do you know she
For
got
like a
held hostage
season, for a whole fucking
twice?
season.
No, she got held hostage before that in a government building for 1 episode. I was just like, when did all this happen? So yeah, I
I need to
found that
rewatch
Daphne
it.
and Simon by episode 4, when they were about to the brother and Simon were about to kill each other, that's when I was like, do you know what? You lot are doing way too much for me right now. just marry her. This is ridiculous.
And they did.
Yeah, but it was
Also,
just too
again, it
much.
was, as we've spoken about this before, this whole the line of like, I couldn't, I respect you too much, and that's why I can't marry you, is really something that I see in my future. It's exactly the kind of bullshit line some guy would say to me, precisely to not marry me, to
But
get
I
out of
believe
marrying
him.
me.
I would believe that guy because and I thought the actor who plays
That
Simon, I'm
that guy
sorry, I
doesn't
don't know your
respect
name.
you. That's a
No, but
line.
no, I do believe him because
I know, I believe the Duke.
yeah.
I
But
just wouldn't believe.
I've spoken to maybe this just shows my how naive I am. There is one guy from my past who just like he's like, I can't be in this like kind of relationship configuration. And to this day I believe him. It's just not his vibe. And I do think eventually he will
Yeah,
be
but
in that
somebody saying
relationship.
that they don't want to be in that relationship configuration, that is to me like honesty. They just want a different thing. But somebody saying,
But
I just
he'll never
respect you
say what
too
he
much
really
to
wants.
marry you
Yeah,
is very
because
different if they
he
would
can't.
marry somebody else. So you're like,
Yeah.
so wait, there's somebody else that you respect less.
100%. And that hoe is gonna get this dirt. Forgive me, I'm sorry, I'm joking. But I do think the
Tired
actor
of
who
being
played
respected.
Simon, Oh, you want some disrespect?
Disrespect me. No, please don't.
Wow, Daphne was the one who ended up disrespecting Simon. If you really
Oh,
want to
we're
get
going
into it,
there.
we're going there. Two things that
Um,
obviously we have to talk about is race and rape, because what the hell?
yeah, we're in the big
Oh,
B
sorry,
talking about
trigger
the 2
warning.
R's. Yeah,
Trigger warning, we're about to talk about there was a marital rape scene, and it wasn't like an extremely violent scene. It was like
which is why a lot of people might
not
not
even
realize
noticed.
that. Oh yeah, or they won't name it. They won't call it what it is, which really was rape.
To be honest, I thought this is messed up, but I didn't think rape. I was just like, what? I was like, okay, Daphne, where are you going with this?
And I think a lot of people won't call it rape because it's a woman taking advantage or doing something non-consensual to a man,
Yeah,
and
100%.
people won't they will just say that that can't be rape.
But it's an important lesson because it's just another reminder that society literally sets us up to be rapists. There is, I'm not joking. People, because there's, okay, so let's talk about like the more understood version, which is like
Mhm.
even the legal definition, I think, is penetrative. But let's just talk about that. What about most people do not have a working understanding of just the idea of coercion and just like
Mm.
the more subtle things when someone says no, but you feel like I'm already, because the thing is, she thought she was stopping him from pulling out. But really, she doesn't realize that. I'm not saying that that's not rape, but the real problem is he said no, so you have to stop. People
Yeah.
don't have that understanding to this day. And it's just like if we don't start teaching people what consent is properly, everyone's just going to keep going around. And I know this sounds so tactless, but it's true. People are just going to keep doing messed up stuff because
Mm.
as soon as you have a fully functional understanding of consent, I promise you, you will look back at some of the stuff you've done in the past and you'll be like, oh God,
Yeah.
yes.
Yikes.
Even stuff like when you send somebody a nude before asking, like, and it's crazy. I'm not talking about
Yikes.
underwear. I'm talking about you said some wild shit, but because you're a woman, you're like, "Ah, I
Oh,
know
yeah,
this
it's
person
fine, I'm a
wants
woman, he
it."
wants this. Of
No,
course he
he
and he's a
doesn't.
man. Of course he wants to see this.
First of all, you drunk bitch. It's 4 p.m. on a Sunday.
First of all, you
Nobody
drunk
wants
bitch,
this.
put the wine down and talk in your normal voice. You are not Lady Whistledown.
Oh my God. Oh, wow. Yeah, but
Yeah,
that whole
anyway.
scene was a mess. And then
Yeah, because
yeah.
if you don't want an unsolicited dick pic, then don't send an unsolicited,
Even if you want one, don't send one, because I know people will be like, I love those, but still, because you can actually love, there's nothing wrong with loving unsolicited pictures. I'll never forget the day a woman said to me, she was like, Tinder's rubbish now. It's not what it used to be. I was like, why? And she was like, nobody
no dick
sends
pic.
dick pics. Like, she loved that. And
Wow,
I've never
yeah.
heard that experience. So I was like, that's so funny that there is actually people who like that. There's nothing wrong with liking that kind of stuff, but you've got to understand that everyone likes different things. So you have to ask.
I don't know if I've ever been sent an unsolicited, picture. I think I have
I
been,
don't think I have.
people have asked if they can send me pictures, actually.
Yeah, I've never been sent an
Yeah.
unsolicited picture of people's genitals. I did receive. I did once receive a message. I'm sure I told you about this. I received a message on Instagram and I was scared to open it because it was a video, and it turned
Oh,
out to
I've
be a video of someone's hamster. They were just showing me their hamster, but I didn't know the
that's
person, so I was just like,
nuts.
"What are you sending me?" But it was just their pet hamster.
That's a bit it's nuts to me that somebody had a pet hamster that wasn't 12. Um, like, who has hamsters? I once got a video and I was like I again was scared to open it, and I was like, "Oh my god, It's like 8 minutes long. This is nuts. What are they doing for 8 minutes? I mean, obviously we know what they're doing for 8 minutes, but I was like, that is a long fucking video. And then when I finally like plucked up the courage to watch it, it was like 3 seconds long and it was sent at like 8 a.m. And I'd just been so like, oh my God, it's a video, and seen the time that I thought that that was the length of the video. It was not. So, yeah. Those are the days.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Another thing I wanted to talk about was, let me see if I can remember. Okay, so obviously I've read too many things at this point. There was an article that I can't remember where I read it. Sus guys, but they were discussing like how it's never clear, like as you just said, how like the Danburys made their money. And then it was talking about how, because at the time, all of those families were making money from colonization and slavery. So it was like, what are these Negroes up to? I'm sorry, but it's just what I thought. 'Cause it's just like,
I didn't really see it as a like historically accurate.
but it
I guess I
kind
think
it
especially, but
is.
yeah, we've spoken about this, haven't we?
It's
Yeah.
it's like a fantasy set in a period, so it will always have some historical accuracy. And I just thought that when you are made a duke or whatever, like if the queen's like, oh hey, if you want to be a duke, I thought they just gave you a chunk
So
of land.
do you,
I thought that's what happened.
yeah, I mean, I think
They give
back
you
then
like
they
a
just did what
castle
they
and
want.
stuff.
It's like, I'm gonna take from you and give it to you
Yeah, I
because
thought that was the
you fucked your
vibe.
wife.
What?
You know what I mean? Like, you've
No,
seen the
I
Tudors.
don't.
Well, maybe not the Tudors. It's all
Yeah.
just like, I'm gonna take this from you and I'm gonna give it to him, and I will also fuck your wife. Thank you very much.
That's what David would do in the Bible. Shout out to him. Never mind. The Bible's messed up, but it's not my
Isn't
fault.
it? Yeah. Especially, yeah, Old Testament.
They were doing some anyway. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry about the Danburys' money-making schemes, but it was also implied that they had
Everybody's
farmers who
money-making
rented.
schemes. It's not gonna just be the Danburys.
Yeah, but they weren't really
Danburys,
talking about it.
Danbridges.
Whatever they were called, ma'am. I'm sorry. It's because they all had the same name.
Is that wait, who are you talking about? Is that the Duke of Hastings family?
Yeah, the Duke
Right,
of
yeah.
Hastings family, who, by the way, I stan. I'm sorry. A shock.
The family.
Yeah, I love them. I love the
Why?
problematic father. Oh, who are we talking about?
Yeah, no, we are talking about
Who
Simon
who
is.
are the Hastings? Why do they all have similar
No,
names?
so the Duke of Hastings is because he is the
Oh my
Duke of
God.
Hastings. He's not
Yeah.
called Simon Hastings.
But who's
And
Danbury?
I don't know who Danbury is. That's why I was
Did I
confused.
make that up?
I don't know what Simon's surname is. There's Bambridge, right? And
Oh, that's the problem. Bambridge
that's
and
not but
Date.
it's not
Oh my
Simon,
God.
but it like
Who are the
Lady
Bambridges?
Bambridge is who you would want to be.
Simon's aunt, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then who the
But like, and by who? It's
what
not
are
like
their names?
you.
Okay, what's the name of that family we were just talking about?
The Featheringtons.
Oh, this is what I mean. Like, what are their names? They should have called them Eagles, Smith, and the Strokes.
Eagles.
Oh my God.
I often forget Lady Whistledown's name, and I'm like, is it Lady Whistlebottom? No.
What is this show called? Who are these
Bridgerton.
people?
Funny name.
Who's Eleanor? Okay, yeah, I remember. Anyway,
Oh no, Eloise. Who the hell is Eleanor? Eloise is the
the sister.
sister.
Oh
with
my
the
God, I
fringe.
don't know any of their names. I just so everyone knows, I love the show and I did love some of the characters. I just don't know any of these people. Who
I
are
don't know.
they?
There are so many of them, and honestly, they look really similar. Even the ones that don't look similar, there's just too many.
No, but
I
they
can't
did it on
remember.
purpose, so they'd all look
Yeah.
related. But it's just like we get it. It's like you know, when you're little and they used to make those like farm families. So it'll be like a mom and a dad, and they'll be like mice, or there'll be like a mom and dad, and they're like
Like
squirrels.
Sylvania families.
Yes, and you're like, you all of you hoes look the same. Who are you? Anyway, sorry about that. What were you talking about?
I don't know. Hey, Brody. Ooh.
Oh, and the only other thing to mention, obviously, because from slavery to race, but I don't think that family made money from slavery, and I feel like that article was brilliant, but that wasn't the vibe I got. I got the vibe that they were just everyone in that. Oh, I'm so dumb. I'm just refusing to accept society for what it is because I'm just like they were just given.
Fictional characters and people.
Do you think they'll talk about slavery? Oh, and it's not all
Yeah.
fictional because Princess Queen Charlotte was real. And her nephew, the prince, was real. It just wasn't her nephew. It would have been her grand nephew. So he couldn't have been that age when she was that age, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're based on real people.
But I guess what I mean by that is they might be like based on real people, but I don't know how much they're gonna base it in
Yeah.
historical context. So in that
But
way,
don't
I'm
you
kind of
kind
like,
of wish they just oh no, I shouldn't say that because they've created a fantasy world out of real life, which is what a lot of things do anyway. And in a way, I'm just like, I wish they just created a fantasy world and just been done with it, like The Little Mermaid. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know
or
Ariel
like
wasn't popping.
things in space. But the whole point
Yeah,
is it's a period drama, so maybe like if it just
it has to.
because
Yeah,
it's hard for us to separate the time period from like some of the things, the actual historical context and the horrific things that went on
you'll
back
never be able
then.
to fully separate it. It's just, yeah, it's just interesting. I liked this is so random, but did you ever watch Mr. Selfridge?
Yeah, of course I did.
I really like, of course you did. I really liked when they addressed the whole war profiteering thing, the people who made a
Oh,
lot of money
yeah,
out of war. I thought that was really good. I like it when they do that because a lot of these people are just acting like they're just popping, but they're not.
but
They're
again, like
really
Mr. Selfridge
exploiting
was actually about
Mr.
something.
Selfridge. Yeah, but
Yeah.
again, it wasn't real at all. Like
No,
it
no, no, but
his
it had
business
to.
was real,
And
but
he was also
everything else was
addressing
fake.
actual things that happened, whereas so far in Bridgerton, we haven't seen there aren't it's not marked by things that really happened in history, like,
Yeah,
battles, things like that. So we in that sense, we just don't
true,
I don't know
true.
if it's
No,
whereas
I don't
Mr.
think they'll
Selfridge,
ever go there.
the war came up and
Yeah. Well, anyway, I do like the show and I can't wait to see more.
it just did so incredibly well. What was that down to? Christmas, lockdown, just the fact that it's bloody good?
All of the above. And
Netflix's huge marketing spend. Yeah.
Shondaland, don't miss, in my opinion. No, all
And it
hits,
never
no
missed a trick,
misses.
never missed a trick. I'm, like, almost finished with How to Get Away with Murder, the final
Love that
season. Don't
show.
give you spoilers if you've seen it. I'm, like, talking to the listeners as if right now they're gonna
Yeah.
send me, "This is what."
You want to know
But
what
from
happens?
now, it is just every single episode you are left on a cliffhanger. It is
100%.
intense.
I really like that idea, that way of storytelling when it's on different timelines and then it kind of meets. I love that. And the different perspectives.
Mm. And
I
just,
was
yeah, the
gonna
characters, brilliant. Did you
I've
ever watch Grey's
no,
Anatomy?
I was gonna say I've never
Me
watched it. Did
neither.
you? But it's like 500 seasons.
Yeah, and I've been told that it absolutely slaps.
Oh my god, my sister was obsessed not long ago. Like first lockdown, I think she started watching it. She was talking to me. I was like, my sister gets so into these things and talks about them like I know what she's talking about. Like I know at the moment she's watching, I think it's a Korean drama, and she's telling me like what the boss is doing. I'm like, I'm not watching
You know, it's
this.
like when people talk about people at work, and they're like, and Sue did this, and blah blah blah. I'm like, I don't know who you're talking about, mother.
That
I
actually makes it
don't
even
know.
funnier because my sister would never do that. She only does it with fictional things. It's like, what? But yeah, I feel like everyone who had a big imagination as a child now has like unhealthy but intellectual obsession with television.
Obsessed with TV. Do you think? Sometimes I worry that it's because I'm too boring, or can't be bothered to, like, read
No, you need
or
something, and
create
also there's
something myself.
no, part it's basically television studies. It is because we don't just we when do we ever just watch something and let it lie? We have to dissect it and ruin it and bury it and watch it
And
again.
rewatch it
That's what I'm saying.
many years later or a month later.
Exactly. Or tomorrow. I don't know.
At the moment, though, I'm not able to. I don't feel like I have the, mental capacity to pick up anything new, and there's loads of things, like, that I
Yeah.
wanna watch, that they're either new or it's a new season, and I just can't do it, which is why I'm just going back to Old Faithful, The Office.
Yeah. I
It's just
rewatched The Office not long ago.
I rewatched that. You told
I'm
me
currently rewatching Shameless. Like, how random is that? Oh
which
my
one, the
god.
US one?
Oh my god, fuck the US one. I've never watched it.
I
Sorry,
didn't
no
watch
no
either.
shade to those people. I have the opposite view. Like, I watched the US Office and I enjoyed it, but US Shameless, I just felt like but obviously, like, every country has quote unquote working class people, and what they mean by that is like white people who are poor.
People, yeah, poor white people.
Yeah. But I just feel like there is just something about that community in Manchester which is just so
Mm.
one, special and two, entertaining. The only way I'd like it more if it was set in Yorkshire. Oh my god, I love a good Yorkshire drama. Shout out to Emmerdale.
Emmerdale. Is Emmerdale still on? Still
A
going, or did
hundred
it
what kind of a question is that?
are the Dingles still, like, you know,
Okay, I don't know what the Dingles are doing, I'm not gonna lie to you. But of course, Emmerdale is 100% alive and kicking and wow and thriving. Do you know who I always fancied? Was it Kane Dingle? I don't know why I liked him. I think he was very
uh,
problematic.
well, I don't was he
I feel
the
like he was the murderous
the bad
one.
boy?
Yeah, he was the bad boy,
With, like,
obviously.
the long shaggy-ish hair?
Yeah, and he had a really hot sister. Charity? Yeah, Charity Dingle. Maybe, oh my god, sorry, I keep getting, emails for jobs that I know, like, "I'm not a full stack developer. If you send me one more email, I'm gonna shoot you." We're just looking for a
Oh my
lollipop
god.
lady with 10 years experience. That's not me, so stop emailing me.
Yeah, know your clients, recruiters,
They
please.
don't. And it
So
makes
did you
me
go
think
for
it's a
that full stack
scam.
job?
Because, like, if you were any recruiter worth your weight, why would you send an email like that to literally everyone who comes up in some random scan for the word
Why
lollipop?
didn't it? Have you actually been targeted for a lollipop
No, no, that was
what
just an
lip
extreme
possessed job?
example.
'Cause that couldn't be too that, that might be nice.
I feel
No
like I need a
dividend.
driver's license. I can't drive. I
Wow, I
feel
didn't
like
even
you
think
have
about
to
that
have passed the
prerequisite.
theory. Yeah, you can't just
Yeah,
be
but
out here in these streets.
just stop. Don't
All
like
I know
you.
is I have right of
There are
way.
no children here. No, I don't care, sir. Respect the sign. Respect the sign and the high vis.
When I
You
say
are
stop, you
not.
stop. Okay, but
But
really and
people
truly,
would,
like they should.
like, you would just do it. You're obviously gonna, like, defer to the authority of a lollipop person. And then you probably won't even realize, like, I wonder how long it would take you to realize that there's no one there crossing the road before you're like, "Get out the road!"
But technically, I'm crossing the road, and if there's a zebra crossing, as a pedestrian, I have the right of way. So if
Absolutely.
I'm crossing the road, even if I'm just crossing the road to stand there, you have to stop.
Yeah, but people aren't gonna respect that. People will shout at you immediately. If you were wearing a, like, high vis and had a lollipop stick, people wouldn't. They'd be like, "That's her job. She
Oh
must
my
know
god,
something I don't."
did I tell you about the man who like pulled up on me because okay, I had my headphones on, full blast, obviously. I'm on my walk. I go on a walk every day. So I'm on my walk. I'm getting closer to my house.
Full
So
blast headphones. I
yeah,
no care for safety.
couldn't give an F. So what I because what I do is I always let cars go to the point where sometimes me and cars will have a standoff. Like they'll be like, go, and I'm just standing there. I'm like, you
You're like,
go.
"Ooh, ooh,
No,
are you
I refuse to cross because I'm just like, just go because we're not in a very like where I am, it's just like I'm about to get near my house, it's quiet, like just get out the way. Like I'd rather wait. I'm not in a rush.
until there's no cars on the
Yeah,
road?"
because it's like there's one car driving and then you want to stop in front of me. I'm like, don't be so dramatic, just keep going.
This logic is so weird.
No, but it's
How
so
far away do they have to be for you to cross the road?
far enough that they couldn't hit me. It's not always like that. I'm just saying because okay, say I'm crossing I don't know what you would technically call it a double carriage, but it's not. It's basically like a two-lane road with a
Yeah,
island in the middle. So I'm
got it.
crossing that because there's an island. I'm just going to cross no matter who's on the other side. You're on
Right,
the
you're
other
chilling in the
side. Yeah, there's enough. You are going at a fast enough speed that I wouldn't expect you to stop. And now you're going to hit the brakes and stop and make this a scene. And there's no one behind you. Just go, get out the way, and I will cross after. What is
yeah,
the
yeah,
big
yeah.
deal? Why do you have to be the hero? Why do you have to stop? It's 4 p.m., sir. Keep
Or
driving. Oh, sorry, I get so angry. So, and
so wait,
this is
what happened?
exactly why. So that happens, and I didn't want to cross, and I have my headphones in, so I'm not really listening. This guy is bibbing his horn, bibbing his horn, bibbing his horn. And I'm like, oh my God, I can hear it over my headphones. I'm like, freaking hell. There's no one behind you. You could have gone. So I cross. Then he starts bibbing his horn, like literally pulls up like round the corner next to me and winds down his window, but I can't hear what he's saying, but he's shouting at me. Then he turns around and drives off. And I'm just like, I didn't want to cross. You insisted I cross, and then it seems like you got angry that I crossed. What
Also,
the
me,
hell?
I'm not a car or a vehicle blocking your way.
You can
Sir,
just
you can
go.
drive on.
I feel like he must have, in my head, this is what happened. He was bibbing his horn, and just as he was about to drive, I crossed and didn't realize. That's the only thing I can think happened. But even so, his reaction was so over the top, considering it was the afternoon, the sun is up, no one is around, you are by houses, homes.
In a car.
Get a fucking grip. What is wrong? If people like that, I actually just think they're horrible people and they're bullies. My mum said really close to our house, and honestly, there's a lot of racist people around here. I've noticed when I'm walking, they're really bad. Like my mum said she was in her car and she doesn't even I can't remember what happened, but basically somebody was like getting out the car to come and shout at her, and the other cars around were like, what is going on? This is a residential area and you're doing up road rage like you're on the freaking M52. I don't know any motorways. There's no M52, is there? M42?
There's
M51?
yeah, I would have thought.
Whatever. But
B thirty
like that is so
B30.
extreme. Like you're literally by people's homes, like on a quiet road, and you're literally getting out your car to come and shout at my mom. And that is just, I was, when my mom told me, I was like, what?
That's
What?
what
What is wrong with people?
was even the situation? What were they so
I
aggro
can't
about?
remember, but I know it wasn't. I just remember my mom telling me and me thinking
Trying
that's
to
not, it
even if
wasn't
it
like,
was something that was quite big,
that's an extreme
they probably
reaction.
wouldn't have got out of the car to shout at anybody
No, but
else.
it was that's the thing, it wasn't actually, the only thing I remember is, like, it wasn't something my mum had done wrong, it was just, like, normal driving, and he just, like, lost it.
Oh, so wait, she was driving and he got out of his car to come and, like, rap on the
To
window.
her window,
Like,
he was telling her to wind down her window, like, banging on her window
in
saying,
the
"Wind
middle of
down
the
your
road,
window."
now he's causing a fucking like,
Yeah,
potential for an accident, holding up traffic.
and he wants to, because why does he need my mum's window to be down? Bearing in mind, at this point, my mum's, like, what, 55, 56? Like, what are you doing? This is why when I see these people, my brother thinks I'm so extreme. Like little things happen, and I literally give people the finger because I can smell it. I'm just like, you're a psychopath. I'm not giving you any respect. These people are nuts. Can't believe somebody was like banging on my mom's window, telling her to wind down the window.
To
These
say
people are
what? Like, what could
insane.
you possibly say? Like, "You're a bad driver."
Oh, that wouldn't have been it. Oh
No,
my
I know, but,
god.
like, the point is, it's just like, what is so fucking important that you have to say it? What you are so fueled by hate that it has to be something so powerful that
Yeah.
you can't bother to just get out of your
And
car
at the end
and
of the
say
day,
that.
you are a man. My mum is like 5'1", and you're coming to start on her. Are you It's like what is wrong with these people? But yeah,
Wow.
road rage is real. Even on a suburban road in the middle of bloody nowhere. Oh my god, I get rage when I'm walking a lot now, but I think it's just the virus. Some people I can always tell, to be honest, I know the exact demographic of people. They are just so arrogant. Oh my god, today, so I got to a
Wait,
place
you can tell the exact demographic of people who will what?
who will
Who are
give
gonna
me trouble. There's two types of people. There's the women who I'm lying, white women who refuse to give you room, and they refuse to they are just not aware of anyone else's space but their own, and they don't care. They're just like, I'm the most important person. I always have right of way. Everyone else can walk through mud and puddles. I don't give a shit. I'm even laughing while I'm doing it. And then there's those like not elderly, not quite elderly, because I've noticed during the pandemic, elderly people, God bless them, they've been so considerate, but I guess it's because they're the most at risk.
I think they're probably quite afraid, yeah.
Yeah, it's not consideration, it's fear.
It's fear that yeah,
Yeah. But there's like
yeah.
these older men who aren't quite elderly. They're so rude. Like today, and also you've got to understand that an older white man telling you what to do is like a trigger for me. I will throw my shoe at your head. So I'm walking, and there's a place where the pavement isn't big enough. So I usually, and you go up some stairs. It's by like a little church. It's weird. It's just weird. This is where it looks like a farm, but it's actually a school. So I can either go up the stairs or in the road. So
This
I
feels
didn't.
like a, choose your own adventure kind of thing.
It
Should we
is.
go upstairs or down the road?
So
You choose.
I go to go
Do
in the
do
road because usually the people who I'm dealing with always take the pavement. So I go to go in the road. This man literally goes in the road, but he goes like this to me, as if to say, like,
ah,
go on that side. And the thing is, I was going to go there anyway because I noticed he was in the road, but because he pointed, and I was like walking that way. I was so angry because I'm just like, well, now it looks like you've told me to come here, and I've come here.
yeah, now it
I
looks
don't
like it
do
was
what
your
you say.
brilliant idea for me not to get COVID. It wasn't. I wasn't going near you anyway because you're
I'm
obviously a super
Thank you. I'm walking outside in the open air with a face mask on when no one's around. Do you really think I'm the kind of person who's going to run up on you? Keep away from me, sir.
side.
You go that side, bitch. So that's the kind of rage I'm getting. It's really ridiculous. I'm also getting rage at children because children are attracted to people. Like you can be 8 meters away from a child on a scooter and they will somehow end up to like I think it's just like this is going to sound mad. Obviously, I'm not a scientist, so please take it with a pinch of salt. But yeah, obviously, children's brains aren't fully developed. So I just honestly think when they see someone come in, they kind of subconsciously are pulled towards them. Like if they're on a scooter or a bike, they just can't help it. They'll just kind of come towards you. I just think it's something they do.
They've got
It's like a fly in a light. They just, do you know what I mean? Like it's not, it's not
that.
intentional. Yes, but they will always, all the kids, like they're on their scooters and their bikes and they just come in right. And I'm just like, if I kick you off that little scooter, I swear to God, I'll do it. Stay
But
away
be like,
from
but
me.
then I'm the bad guy. Then I'm the one in trouble, not your parent for allowing you to,
Exactly.
like, scoot over into my way,
And
you
your
little
little super spreader is coming up to me and it's irritating.
yeah.
And then some of the kids see me and they get so scared and they stop and they wait for their parents. And I'm like, too right, you little shit. You better fucking say no to
Because
them.
your parents being around, I will kick you off your
I
scooter.
will kick you in the head. You're small enough.
You are
Oh god.
knee high. Do you know how dangerous that is? You're fucking knee height. That's a danger zone.
But I've got to also say there are some kids, and I don't want to give these kids too much credit because it's not the other kids' fault that they haven't developed this yet. There are some kids that will stop when they see you, like just to be polite. And when you go, they'll start again. And you're
Aw.
just like, do you know what? You are going places.
Yeah, but then you're also like, what's happening at home? What kind of like the manners that you're getting instilled at home to
They must be beating you with an iron rod.
well, it's either just like good parents like doing nice things for the kids, or it's like
Extreme discipline.
yeah, and you could probably tell by the color of the skin, maybe, which camp
Is
they
this our
fall in.
most problematic part?
Sorry. Look, I'm just saying this is like we had these kind of things drilled into us.
Oh no, I was out of control. You could like when it came to people's personal space. First, I was out of control, and then I got really like rude, but I didn't understand that it was rude. I'm sure I've told you the story of when we were in church in Tottenham. It was like, well, maybe I was just small, but it was quite a big congregation, and we have
Mm.
this thing where guest preachers come and everyone like swoons over them and they get all these fancy refreshments and it's like a big deal when they come. So there was a guest preacher in and I was going to the toilet and there was a step and he didn't see the step or something, so he hit his head on the top of the frame and I went up to him. I must have been 6 or 7. I went, "Can't you read? It says mind the step." And I just carried on. I've always been like this.
Somebody's like in pain, bleeding on the floor.
Like, can't
The
you
most revered
read?
reverend, and you're like,
And at the time, I had my full-on Croydon accent. So I then go back, I wash my hands, whatever. I go back into the church. Tell me why this man is on stage telling the story to the entire congregation. And the thing is, when he said the punchline, I'll never forget
what
everyone in
was
the
the
church.
punchline? Can't
Can't
you
you read?
read?
Yes. Everyone looked at me straight away. They knew it was me.
Well, you just come from the scene of the crime.
Yeah, but I also feel like
They
it
just
was,
knew, they're like, "Well, that's Ruth."
and they were
How
like,
that's
oh.
really mean that he did like, it's also, you're like, "Sir, why did you not have your material prepared before today? You shouldn't be getting material on the
I
day.
know you're just getting cheap laughs off the kids do the darndest
Prepare a
things.
sermon, please." Yeah,
Oh my
this
god, it's
isn't
the
very
fact.
Christian, this cheap laughs.
Oh my god, preachers love a cheap laugh. They love
Mm,
it. They love to get the crowd going. They're entertainers as well. No shade to them. No, I don't mean it in a bad way, but the good ones are very entertaining.
yeah, I guess they've got to be, right?
Yeah, I'm not listening to that for no reason. You have
You
to
need
give
people
me
to be coming
something.
in every week giving contributions.
Yeah, especially if you're a
Pay
guest
into
preacher.
your salary.
Not always, but often.
Mm,
Church is big business.
yeah, it is.
Not all churches, but it is. It can
Like,
be.
not all churches, but some churches. They are.
But they are the mega
Cheap
because
laughs,
that
big
was
business, but not all of them.
but it was the 80s and the 90s was the birth of the mega church, wasn't it?
Mm.
Make loads of money, loads of cheese, and they don't pay taxes, so holla. Maybe I'm gonna start a church.
Jeez, yeah. I would if
I
I
know
was
you'd go.
yeah, of course, yeah. I'm like, regardless of whether I believed in what you were preaching, I would be
Sounds
there
cute.
supporting
I'll be there.
because that is what friends do.
Our church attire would be so ridiculously over the
Oh
top.
my god. That would be yeah, range from the sublime to the ridiculous. I think that we think it would be ridiculous, but actually we'd just be in, like, sweatpants and pajamas.
Oh my god, we first week it's like a suit, second week it's like, oh no, they've already lost all their
Yeah,
pizzazz.
already, yeah. Second week, it's like, maybe you've got a nice top on and some pajama bottoms.
And
Third
some
week
slightly larger hoop earrings, but
uh,
third
third
week,
week, your hair's in a bun, it's not been washed. And you're like, "They won't notice that these were the same jogging bottoms that I wore last week and haven't taken off since."
oh my god, and then that's you, that's your look. You're the slept in girl.
Yeah.
AKA the pastor of the church. This is never gonna work.
You said the pastor of the church. Like I heard pasta, like the food, as if like that was a thing. I'm like, "What
That's
pasta? What does that mean? If you're the
that's another one
pastor
of my
of something."
words. I
I'm
have,
like,
like
"Is that a new word for being slovenly?" Because I love pasta, and pasta doesn't feel like a slovenly food.
oh, yes, it
But
is. Come on, grow up.
speaking of slovenly foods, and I don't mean this is gonna sound really shady,
Elitist.
but
Food
um
elitist.
yeah, I regret this already. You must have seen the thread, the Weetabix beans, Heinz beans thread.
I don't get it.
What, the
Are they
thread or why
are they
it's
just
funny?
trying to be
Or
shocked? Like, is it shock humor where they're like, "Oh, you can eat we" is it so we'll
no,
talk
but
about it?
that's not the funny bit. The funny bit is just all the brands, the thread of all the brands getting on, like, everybody saying, like, "That's ridiculous."
Googling
Dude,
immediately.
you need to get it up now. It's absolutely
Is it on
hilarious.
Twitter?
Everybody, like, Nando's being like, "You okay, hun?" Sainsbury's being like, "This is not endorsed." It's
Sainsbury's
just
need to
to be honest, that might not
mind
be
their own
exactly what
goddamn
Sainsbury's
business.
said,
They have
but
their own
Sainsbury's
problems.
didn't mind their own business. They got on involved. Everyone did. Every once in a while, there's a tweet where, somebody says something or a brand says something and all the brands just get on board and they all have a right lol,
I've only
you
seen it
know?
with, like, fast food places, like the
Oh,
McDonald's,
yeah, yeah.
Burger King
Yeah, they
beef.
love to get involved. And
Okay, I've got
supermarkets
it.
too.
I don't get why they did it. I mean, it's obviously a very popular thing, and it's gotten people talking about
Is
Weetabix.
it?
It's
Do you
been
mean what do you mean by popular? Like, that combination? I don't think it is. I
no,
feel like they just
I mean
the
the tweet.
salacious, yeah, and not that that's a
I'm
salacious
not saying
thing.
that they've made it a thing and everyone's but I'm gonna end up trying it after this. I'm like, I do have
Oh
some beans
god,
and I do have some Weetabix.
don't do it, Ruth. That sounds
It
awful.
doesn't sound good.
It sounds, like, dry. And I know beans have obviously got sauce, but it still sounds dry.
Oh my god, not KFC and Nando's fight. Oh my gosh. The NHS.
The the NHS social media person now just, like, they don't give a fuck.
Well, my dad sent me just before this, my dad sent me a video of the because they're trying to get more people to believe in the vaccine or whatever. So they've got on my
They're like,
dad,
"Believe in
yeah.
the NHS." Do you know what they need? A good pasta. Spread the word.
Well, my dad does do Bible study, so he's close enough. He did like a video in pidgin English to get people to take the vaccine, and he sent it to me, and it's like an official, like local Birmingham and
No.
Solihull NHS video. I was like, that's lit.
I wonder what the uptake is.
I mean, I don't know. People might see it and be a bit like this. Oh my god, Sky, shut up. See, this is why I hate corporations. They just ruin everything. Like, 2 people leave a funny comment and the rest of them take it way too far. Papa John's have put cheese and pepperoni on it. I hate that. That's not even funny.
Okay, this has gone down like a lead balloon.
But yeah, it's a very popular thing. They were talking about it in the freaking comments on more than one occasion. They're talking about this is in the middle of a pandemic, that's what they're talking about.
House of Commons.
Yes.
Weetabix and
I swear to God, I'll send you a clip. There's a clip going around where I don't know that guy's name. You know the really dumb guy who said something about the British fish being happy, the really posh bastard.
I don't know who you're referring to
He's
or this
like
comment.
he's so posh, but I'll send you he was making a joke about Weetabix and beans, and you can hear somebody in the background has called him a cunt. It's so funny.
Is it like the Parish Council Zoom? Guys just like, wipe that fucking smirk off your face. And they're all like, whoa.
Read
Jackie
what did
Wheeler
he say? Like,
is
read the
national
something and understand them. Jackie Wheeler.
celebrity. You have no authority here. You shall not pass.
She's literally the new who's the woman from Tiger King?
Carol Baskin.
Yes. Look at the people who get made famous. That's why I was just like, when I saw it, I thought it was funny. But when I watched the YouTube video and I was reading the comments, I was like, people are going to take this too far. This woman is going to have a
Absolutely.
great political career based off of this.
Yeah. She's
And
rising
she's a
strong.
Tory. She can
But
keep
she
that.
likes nail art.
She likes what?
Nail art.
Nail art.
So yeah, apparently. Shit, I had something that I wanted to
How do
say
you
that
know?
I don't know. The things that I know, it's
You've
it's
got to
embarrassing.
understand
I
how
don't know
random that is.
UK politicians, but I know about fucking Jackie Wheeler's love of nail art. What was it that I was gonna say? I've really forgotten. What were we talking about?
So many things. We're
Um,
supposed to be talking about Bridgerton.
right, yeah. I'm kind of done with that though.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to bring it up in every other episode.
Well, I might bring it up more if I do rewatch it because I just can't remember most of the stuff. I tell you what I do like though, that house, the Bridgerton's house.
It
That
is
is
nice. No,
gorgeous
that
with
is
the
a really
wisteria.
nice house.
That's a real
I
nice
don't like
house.
it from the outside, but I like it on the inside.
Oh, I love it from the outside.
Mm.
What? Why? What should?
It's too flat. Has no depth. It looks like a normal house.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I think I just love the wisteria.
Oh my god! Now I'm thinking about wisteria, bloody
Wisteria
lane.
Lane, I know. Bloody hell, I
Exciting.
don't think I would ever have the energy to rewatch
Don't
Desperate
even joke
Housewives.
about it because I'll do it. I'll do
It's
it.
when you think of that, because that also has like 1,000 seasons.
What a
So
waste of
many
life.
hours of our lives spent on Desperate
On
Housewives.
so
And I bet
many
if you watch
terrible
that
shows.
now, like,
No,
this show
I'm
is
sorry. I've just realized they've had some amazing villains, like the best villains.
yeah.
What the hell was going on Wisteria Lane? Like, it was nuts.
How many people died on Wisteria Lane?
It's like EastEnders.
It's crazy.
But lots of
Do you know
people
what?
do die in certain areas. It just wouldn't, I wouldn't have thought it'd be a random suburb in America. I wouldn't have thought. I don't know.
It
Oh
just
my
seems
God.
a bit suspicious.
This is very random. And probably not for the podcast. This is just like, I feel like I'm just chatting to you now. So I'm just going to start saying things. I realized today on my walk, because I realized a few days ago, something triggered me to make me like remember something. And I'm just realizing like there are a few people in my life who I've known over the years. And I'll tell you off this, who I'm just like, do you know what? This is so random. But like deep down inside, I actually think I hate you. I've been nice to you this whole time. But I'm like, oh my God, I hate that person. And I'm just realizing now because I'm thinking about stuff and I'm just like, why is that on my
People that
mind?
you're like currently like quote unquote
No,
friends
no, no,
with, or
I don't know them anymore. But it's just weird that at the time, like I was like really forcing a friendship and I'm just like, things that they've done or said will just pop into my head when I'm on my walk and it will just irk me so much. And I'm just like, why is that annoying me so much? And then I'm like, oh my God, I hated that person. Like, how did I not know? How can you not know you don't like someone? And that's what it's like living on Wisteria Lane, I bet.
there's none of them. That's not real friendships. None of them liked each other. They were all trying to sleep with everybody else's man.
And they were just trying to cover up the murders
So
together.
many murders.
Apparently, none of them liked the woman, Terry something, who was in.
Terry Hatcher.
Yeah, they didn't get on. She
I
didn't get on
I
with
feel
any
like
of them. But that's not necessarily telling, seeing as Felicity Huffman was in that freaking university.
fucking hell, yeah. Jesus. And that would have been going on at that time. I wonder if she felt stressed. Probably not. She's probably just like,
No, but
don't
if
have a cat.
really and truly, they were all doing it. All of them.
If
Some
there was
people got
anything
caught.
to be caught out.
Some people got caught, but all those parents were doing crazy shenanigans.
But
How
do you
do you
think that
think?
they would have thought, oh, this is actually, I shouldn't be doing this? Or do you just think that there was no
No,
concept of that and they
You're just doing what everyone does. There's so many things that are illegal, and it's not illegal till someone says you can't do that. Remember the expenses scandal from the MPs, and everyone's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I can't put my
Like, I can't
conservatory."
travel to work from Lancashire to Downing Street in my helicopter? I mean, sorry,
What?
your
What?
helicopter? 'Cause it's not mine, I'm not paying for it. No way.
It's like these people
No,
expect
thank
me to live on a normal salary.
you.
No, I'm not doing it. But yeah,
Hold on. You expect me to pay for my own luxury flat in London, in addition to my palatial manor house in the Cotswolds?
that I've
But
owned for
I
4
can't live in the
generations. What are
Cotswolds.
you talking about?
Am I supposed to pay for my own prostitutes as well? What?
Oh my gosh. Those people are a mess, honey.
Yeah.
Do you think, because I've been thinking about it lately, like obviously you follow like a few good politicians on Twitter or whatever, well I do anyway. And it's just like they're always tweeting these common sense things and I'm just like, How do you do it? Like you're the only one trying to do your job. What is the point?
And how are you not, like, just saying messy stuff?
I would be oh my god, I'd be so messy. Because the thing is, I think you get to a point where it's just like, okay, they're not listening. So now I'm gonna bring the smoke. I'm calling Boris Johnson a cunt on Prime Minister's questions. Like we're going viral. Like who cares? Because at this point, who
It
cares?
doesn't touch you. It doesn't fucking touch you.
Yeah. So we may
Would
as
you
well
but
be as messy as
that
possible.
anyway?
Pardon?
Just, would you not and would you not be do that anyway? Do you do that anyway? I'm not in this Twitter sphere anymore, so
I
I don't
mean,
know
I
if
did once say that I mean, I tweeted him once to say that he was I said something. I can't remember. I said
can't
something a bit
you
left on his comments. I think I said something like you tweet like a child or something like that. It wasn't that bad.
Oh,
He does.
cutting.
And then like a few weeks later he was doing all that. I don't really read Twitter. And I was like, yeah, yeah, you do. You've been seeing how we're all talking shit about you. Now you're saying, I don't really read it.
Like, I don't even manage my own Twitter.
I have
They
never
won't
heard of
give you the
Twitter.
login
What is
details.
that?
They probably shouldn't give you the login details.
Where do you think he meets his women? Anyway, I'll probably
On
Instagram like the rest of us. Oh.
No, can't, Instagram. Bloody Instagram.
Instagram's
People with
nice. Honestly, can somebody please slide in my DMs? I'm starting to feel like I'm not wanted.
don't know if you want it.
No, your DMs are horrible. Your DMs. Your DMs are the lady whistle down of Instagram. It's a mess.
I mean, they're just a bit mad. Like, can you get a different line? Because I'm beginning to think you're a bot.
To the listeners, Natalie was convinced there was a man in her DM she was convinced was a bot. He wasn't. He's just not a very good conversationalist. That's
They're
all it
the
was.
same thing all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fell in love. Heart eyes emoji.
But where are the people falling in love in my DMs?
Oh,
But I'm not gonna lie, I don't want you. Pardon?
you would probably have loads. You've turned your comments off.
Oh, I had to turn my comments off. Because
Yeah,
every
so
time I post something that's political, somebody gives me an opinion, and I'm like, this is a one-way street, honey.
like the opposite, not the like the opposite opinion to what you have. Like,
No,
oh
they're
yeah,
agreeing with me.
oh okay, oh like a solidarity thing, and you're like,
I don't want your fucking solidarity. You can shove that up your fucking pussy and smoke it. I don't want it. They're like, oh my God. I feel like they're basically the girl in primary school who's like, not primary school, sorry, in sixth form. He's like, oh my God, that must be so hard for you. I feel so bad for you.
they're like,
We know that girl.
heart emoji. Stay strong. I stand with you.
First of all, you stay strong with that terrible haircut. And yes, I'm thinking of someone in particular.
Ooh, tell me off air.
I'll tell you off air. I'm such a bitch. That's something I've also decided to embrace more.
What? You're. Your bitchiness. I don't think you're a
Yeah.
bitch at all.
I
I
liked
don't
when
think
Nicki
you're
Minaj just randomly in the middle of a song out of nowhere was like, "I'm bitchy, yeah, yeah, really bitchy, yeah, yeah," out of nowhere. I was like, "What?"
That's me.
Just in the middle of another trail of thought, I'm like, "I'm bitchy."
Like, oh, and, did you know I'm bitchy?
FYI.
Like, so the Duke of Hastings is,
He is
obviously
I
there was
haven't said this, but he
food
is
or
a
whatever.
tasty treat. Because there's
He's
times
yeah.
in the thing where I'm just like, "He's not that attractive, blah, blah, blah." And then while I don't think that, I want to be that girl who's like, "I don't even get what the" No, I've never thought that. I'm a liar. I've always thought he was really hot. I wonder
I mean,
they do have a
he's a
slight
British
colorism
man, of
problem.
course we think he's hot.
He is hot.
He was written for us,
He was. He is
practically
mine.
written for us.
But then do you know how
A race
much
that doesn't want to commit. Oh my god.
when they
No, I've
have the baby at the end, I'm just like, he gave in to the baby. Ugh, and I'm suddenly unattracted to him.
that's a lot.
I'm like, "You can keep it. You and your baby."
Yeah, good luck to you. I'm sure you'd be a great
All
father.
the best. They do make a
Yeah.
cute couple though.
There's definitely a lot of chemistry there.
Yeah. Sexual tension goes a long way.
Yeah. I hope but I wonder what Eloisa's gonna do next season.
She's starting to get on my last nerve, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, she's very nosy, isn't she? She's gotta
I
know.
don't mind the nosiness. It's just I guess she reminds me of myself. The frantic panic around her. It's just like nothing that bad is happening in this moment. I understand that your fate is a bit,
Yeah.
but like relax. I understand the emotion. I just don't necessarily understand the expression of the emotion. But watching her reminds me of when I was at uni and I would be complaining and complaining and complaining. And my friend would snap at me and be like, everyone has problems. And I would be like, that's me. But at the same time, I was probably going on like Eloise. And so what? What of it? I can do what I want.
Like, God, I can't go to university. That is bad, but you're also, like, really rich and won't have problems and don't have to not that I
It's
mean,
crap that she can't have an education though, I'm not gonna lie. It's a bit
yeah, but
extreme. And it's just the fact that you know that it's not gonna happen because really the way their family is, whatever she wants to happen, whatever the ideal outcome is for her, whether she's the first woman to it will happen for her. That is her privilege.
yeah.
So it's just like,
I
shut the
know.
fuck up. But I
She's
also
got
hate that
audiences with the Queen.
who?
It's like, she's got audiences with the Queen. You're
Yeah.
15. You're 15. You just pipe down, please. And
Go
can we
burn
like, why are
Natalie.
we not talking about the fact that Daphne's obviously, like, 16?
Is she?
No, maybe not 16, but she's just been announced. She's had her cotillion, whatever, her
I don't know what isn't that
her
American?
debut. American, yeah.
I don't
Um,
know what age they are when they're debuted, but they were probably like 12 or whatever.
I think or maybe it's like 17, 8, but
Yeah,
it's very young. It's the minute where you would be legal.
but to be honest, 17 is when I was like, I'm randy now. Like
But,
no one
like, the
can stop
point is, it just is it's like, how is
because
how
he's
is she
been to university and traveled. So let's say he graduated university when it wouldn't have been as long as it is now. But
she
let's say
didn't go to war?
he went to
Not that you have to be
war.
I'm sure he got isn't that where, or he
No,
was in the army, isn't that
no,
where
in
the,
Oxford,
brother
Oxford. They met at Oxford. You think those pretty boys are going to war, please?
oh, I'm sure the Duke of Hastings would be a general. Maybe not yeah, go to war as in they're generals and don't actually do any of the hard stuff. Of course they'd be
Well,
officers. They're
um,
prime officer material.
oh my god, they are really hot though. Let's just really
Let's
bring
just
that
get
back.
it out there on the table.
Yeah. It's been a long time
You
since
know,
I found men in a
when
show.
is the spoon
That's a
scene?
lie.
What did you
Pardon?
say?
I said it's been a long time since I found men in a show attractive, and then I just remembered other men. I was like,
Every man
lying.
yeah, every man in any
Oh.
show ever. Like, they make them that way, they make
It's
them
not
hot.
fair
They
though, because
make
like,
'em.
why do you have to be like the hottest person on the planet to get an acting role? That is
And
ridiculous.
it also sets up these again, expectations when you're of life that it's them in terms of attractiveness and us down here. There's it's representation, isn't
Mm,
it? You just don't see yourself represented. But we
you're
should because
right.
we're cute.
Yeah. I'm sorry, one more last thing. Okay, so obviously there aren't, even though the show is diverse or whatever, in the black family, it's like the good people are lighter skinned and the bad
Mm,
person is dark skinned. That didn't go over my head.
yeah.
However, I will let it slide on this occasion.
But if season 2 doesn't fucking buck up its ideas,
I know we're gonna beef. We're gonna have a problem. But yeah.
oh yeah, I wonder if they'll go into
Also, one
King and the
last thing. I keep saying that. I just had a
yeah,
question. In that family
mm,
whose name I can never remember, the brightly coloured
all of them.
people.
I can't remember any of their names. So that gives me nothing. I don't know who you're talking about.
The people who wear like yellow dresses.
The Featheringtons.
The Featheringtons. Why did is he a lord?
I would have thought so.
Why did Lord Featherington want his niece in the house? How is he going to make money out of that? I didn't get it.
Oh, was that the thing?
Well, his whole
Or
motive,
was it a good match? Was it because
he needed
if she married
status.
well,
They,
that he would be able to it's like the dowry?
also don't get the dowry thing because he had to have a dowry for his daughters.
Oh, true, 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 true. Maybe it would just be oh, no, a bride price.
So
No?
he's basically selling her.
Oh, yeah, I would have thought.
The optics
I
speak for
honestly
themselves, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
get, that he was trying to make money out of her, but I probably just wasn't listening
There's a
properly.
point.
I
There's a
thought
point in the
he
show where he looks at her and he licks his lips. So I was thinking, oh my god, please don't tell me this man is having this woman's baby. But it's like it's not. It's just like he's trying to. You know,
I mean,
when in soaps they try and like not soaps,
mm,
melodramas where they try and make it explicitly obvious, like a sign of like greed is somebody licking their lips, and I'm just like, what is this? Anyway, that man was on some serious snuff or something, and he got snuffed.
I
So.
I feel like maybe or I thought that that was actually his daughter, but I don't think it was, but that's maybe where I
That would
thought that
also make sense. Oh my god,
and
that
that's
would
why
make
he it was like there was an obligation.
there's something there, or he owes her father money. What is the backstory? Why is he just so nice?
Yeah. Also, why it's why have we not talked about the prince? And I know why, it's because he's in, like, 2 episodes, but
He's
it's
a
built
wreck.
up to be, like, this big thing, the
No, but
Prussian prince,
yeah,
but
he's
then
more of a he's kind of to show that even when you can achieve a higher status,
match,
Simon is a bad bitch, and that's who
true
you really
love
want.
match is really what you want.
It's not a love match. They just wanted to get freaky. They were
Uh,
up for each other. Did you see what they were doing when they got married? They couldn't stop.
yeah, I did.
Anyway, my brother thought it was controversial that she hadn't had any sex education,
She
but
was
was having sex.
12. I mean, not 12, but even by 12-year-old
I'm like,
education.
whoa.
No, no, she was obviously yeah, again, that's a historical context thing. I just people there are people that were how old she was supposed to be now that probably wouldn't really know what was
What
sex.
in the butt?
Um, I don't know.
I don't
Um,
know. I feel like by the time I was 16,
yes,
that's when I
of
really
course
knew what was
we
going
wouldn't
on.
know, but there are still people now that wouldn't because sex education
Isn't
is so
available.
poor. Yeah.
I really would like to know because obviously the curriculum isn't it's not like a mandatory thing. There's like grey areas and stuff. So I would like to know what kind of sex education other people are having. Because there must be
But
someone in
we've
this
already
country who's
discussed
just
on
having
the
nothing.
pod what the I think even what we got, what the difference there was definitely a difference between what we were kind of taught.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, you're right. Oh yeah, I did think they did her dirty by not telling her. I mean, even if you want to protect her honor or
Especially because her
whatever,
mum had a love match. So she must have been like, obviously it's like it can be amazing, whatever, or maybe they just didn't have that relationship where they talk about sex in that way.
no,
Because
fair enough
not
if you
many.
didn't, but at least tell me where a child comes from. There was a moment where her sister was like, "Where do babies come from?" And no one would tell her. But people do that to children now. Actually, what am I on about? You're right. They do it all the time.
But
Where do
you would
babies
have
come
thought
from? A
that
stork.
her mother would have had the conversation of like, right, well, you're getting married, so this is like the
That's what I'm
expectation.
saying. Her mum did her
Yeah.
dirty.
I think her mum was a bit like I find it really
Naive.
weird that her mum had a true love match. But maybe that's because we've never we didn't meet Mr. Bridgerton
I
or
think
Lord
he was
Bridgerton.
also,
I
I
don't
was going to say a shrew, but that's Shakespeare. What do these people call it? A rake.
know, right? Do you think? Because she's a bit just dull and meh.
No, when she's
I don't feel like
describing
she would have.
him, I like her. She's just no, I do like her. She's just a typical mum,
I don't
isn't she?
dislike her. I just don't see her. She's just a bit like I don't know. I don't see her as being. She doesn't just strike me as like a true love match person.
No, I think they didn't have like what she was saying is it's not all it wasn't as it seemed. It wasn't like this perfect union. I don't think he wanted to get married. Because she said something like former rakes are better than they seem or something like that. Because she's talking to her son about basically she's trying to say your dad was like that, but he's like, don't bring father into this. Just like
Oh,
that is
God.
so typical. Like you're about to have a serious conversation where you can actually learn something about your mother's feelings for your father, but you're like, ew, gross, shut up.
Not even just that, but like, don't you dare besmirch the name of my father. And you're like, wow,
He
you
was
can't.
perfect in every way. You wouldn't understand, you stupid woman.
Okay, mutton chops.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Ugh.
He's
Anyway,
a I really like the actors who play Mutton Chops and Simon. I've been like seeing what they say outside of that about like the world, and they just seem like solid
have you seen
people.
they did this quiz about like a Shondaland quiz about who they would like the character. Oh no, it's they did a quiz to see which Shondaland character they would all be.
That's hilarious. Who did they
It's
get?
very funny. You should find it and watch it because it's funny and it's like quite cute.
Oh my god, we didn't even say like we were supposed to keep it romantic or whatever.
God, yeah.
Bridgerton did restore our feelings in semi restore our feelings in True Love. Semi. Not really, but
Did it?
it gave us like a vibe. Like it did make honestly, it remember that conversation we had where it's just like now I've watched it, it's just like I do like I have like a bit of a romantic feeling.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, what it did I wouldn't say it restored our faith in love. I think it
No,
made
I
us
know I took it way too
want to
far.
be that's not
That
restore
is
that just it
it.
made me want to have that and have yeah,
I want to be
not the
in
same
love.
as
You're
restoring
right.
it.
What's broken
It's
cannot
not
be
restore we're
fixed.
not I don't have faith that it will happen for me. It would just be nice. I would like it, yes.
I would
But
love
do I
it.
think it will happen? I'll be told by somebody that they respect me too much to be with me.
I'll get the opposite. They'll be like,
Like, I disrespect you, therefore I
I
can't
don't
marry you.
respect
I
you at
do not
all.
Um, also, no, what makes me again feel a bit like a bit sad about love, but also want it is what rewatching The Office and seeing and the Pam and Jim
I
romance
I
coming in.
don't feel the way I
You don't
used to
get
feel about it. Like I love them as a couple. Oh my god, there are definitely times when I'm just like, oh my god, I would love to have that bond with someone. Such a genuine, absolute shortness.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you mean.
And also at the beginning when they're all just like just like all the moments where you like you really like somebody but
Yeah.
nothing's happened yet. Like
I'm kind of over that. I feel like they romanticize that stuff too much.
Well, you know
I'm
that, but
bitter. So I know I'm really
yikes.
bitter.
But yeah, that's, I mean, good for them, I guess.
Happy for you.
And
Oh my
happy
God.
Valentine's Day
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
to all the lovers and all
Friends.
the friends, all the, just everybody, all
Or
of
the
you.
pussy poppers. I don't know why I said that. I've got nothing.
Whatever you're doing today, I just hope you're having a good one. Let us know
Also,
what you're
I'm not being
doing.
shady, but if you have a partner or whatever, unless they hate it, because that's really between the two of you and none of my business. But if they're not averse to it, I feel like you should just do something cute for them. It doesn't have to be
Yeah, you
dramatic.
don't have to buy something. Just, yeah, do
Just do something
something.
nice. Fry 'em an egg.
Just
I don't know.
the very fact that there are people out there that won't be doing anything or have anything or have ever have had anything done. So take the moment to just be like,
Do something nice.
yeah,
Do something
we've got something
romantic.
here.
And
Yeah.
don't forget to have
Also,
sex.
if you are in a partnered romantic relationship, that's fine too. Like it's not
Oh,
that
we
it
don't
doesn't
give a fuck.
matter.
We're out here alone.
And we hate it. We're miserable.
I'm actually.
But apparently, like, I don't know if you saw it, like, so this reference to this concept of skin hunger. It's like
Yeah,
physical need to just like be touched. And I think even
100%.
if you're not a very tactile person, given in this situation where you won't, like, we just haven't had that for so long, that really resonated with me. Like, yeah, I think my skin probably is hungry just for like physical affection.
Mm.
Even just hugs, but well, who am I kidding? Not hugs. I
No,
really should
keep
not
your
hug.
hugs. Oh, what the fuck? I need to grow up.
Never, never. So, yeah, what are you doing
On
later?
Valentine's Day,
Yeah.
for this special occasion, what am I gonna do? Oh my God. Okay, this is what I think I'm gonna do, but I might not do it. So
Was this like when you were going to do a live Santa baby
this is
Instagram
exactly
performance?
that. And then I
On
didn't,
the
and I was
day?
like,
Like,
I'm not doing that. What is wrong with you, Ruth? This time I want to do, I'm not going to say it, I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I want to do
all right,
something
okay, fine.
cute.
Don't.
Yeah. I want to do something fun and cute. I also have an idea for a playlist, but I just think it's a bit crude. What am I being overthinking this? It's the playlist name is Music to Masturbate to.
No, I think that's very on brand.
Why is that offensive?
On brand.
Yeah. I
Oh,
don't want that.
why are you offended? No, I mean like for the podcast. I'm not necessarily saying like that's
I
that's on your brand. That's on Ruth Orini's
I need
brand,
to rebrand. I'm tired of my personal brand. It's just
which is
it's
what music to masturbate to.
yes. I'm
What
tired
would
of being my
you
true authentic self. I want to be somebody else. I don't care what anyone else says about it.
you would
This
get
is a pink
bored.
song. I know I don't
You
have the
couldn't keep it 2 minutes. You wouldn't last 5 minutes in somebody else's personality.
it would suck. What
You
do they
couldn't do it.
do? No, but I would like to
Yeah.
be less on the fringes and more in the House of Commons.
In the fray.
I want to be in the
That would
ton. I don't want to be the opera singer anymore.
you
I'm being so problematic
Okay,
right now.
look, the opera singer, we didn't even speak about it, but that guy that she is with obviously has a bit of money. isn't like trapped by society, and he's not unattractive, but I also do get
He's
a vaguely not kosher vibe. Not
he's not a
kosher.
good person, and he definitely has a wife. He comes into the city to see his mistress. That's why he
Yeah.
takes her to the boxing match. She's dodgy. She
Oh,
deserves
yeah, the
better.
boxing match, I forgot, where she has that glorious,
Oh
last
my god, there's a really funny moment in that sex scene where I was just like, it's the first time I thought this is so awkward. So, what's his name? His name's not Bainbridge. What's his name? Bridgerton. The show
it's
is named after them.
Bridgerton.
His arms go up in the
Everybody's
air.
favourite.
I don't know.
Mhm.
His arms go up in the air as if he's like being tied back, but he's not. And I'm just like, why would you just? And then I was
It's a
like, let me just mind my
continuity error.
business.
Like, you need some purchase on something, otherwise you're gonna fall over. Your center of gravity is far too high in this position, and she is being and you're standing up. If you're not holding her, she's falling. She's
They
having to use
love,
all of her muscle strength
yeah.
to hold on to you and ride your dick, and you just get to lean back on the fucking
No, but
bleachers.
no, it's hard for both people because carrying somebody's body weight while standing and that's a lot of work. Because eventually
They
you're going to get
would
into a
not
semi
carry
squat.
her if his arms were in the air.
Oh yeah.
That's the like
Oh no,
then
his
he's
arms.
it's just like
No, no,
literally
his arms go into the air. They kind of awkwardly are like, what are they doing there? And then they do other stuff.
so yeah,
It's just
how
in that
so
moment I was
she's
like,
the one that's got, like, holding on to him, hanging off him.
yeah.
That's mad. His dick is gonna have to do a lot of work to keep her up.
Well, there was no problems because it's just a fake scene and nobody was penetrating anybody.
Okay, right, well, if now we're believing that it's not that it's fictional and it's not really happening.
It's not like the usual videos we watch where it's like, oh no.
Oh, yeah, that's full penetration.
Yeah, that's why they're always lying down because it's just like, who has time for this?
That is so true. We rarely see in actual pornos too many that's why how we know it's not true.
It's just,
We've seen it. We know
yeah,
how it happens.
yeah. I've seen it.
Mm.
I've done it before.
Many moons ago.
Oh my god. That's a I'll send you a song called Many Moons. It's a really good song. It's very sad. Maybe I'll send it to you when I'm drinking. Hold on.
Oh god. I wonder if I'll finally crack on Valentine's Day and have a drink.
No, don't. Stay strong.
I'm not gonna, break like 6, 7 weeks of not drinking on Valentine's Day. That feels like a sad singleton trope that I just don't want to be that people expect me to play into. And you know what? I'm just
That
not doing
sounds
it
so
anymore.
fun
I'm
to
not
me.
fucking doing it for you. Hmm?
Honestly, being a single mess is just the parts that are really stereotypical are probably the most fun. Getting drunk and then having a shower listening to R&B songs. Hello. Great time. Hey Brody.
I know, but that's just what people expect. People expect me to have a like bottle of wine and do a load of stories about how I'm having a bottle of wine alone.
Hello. It's entertainment for
Just
the
won't
rest.
I just
No, you
can't do it
can't.
anymore.
You
It's
can't.
exhausting content.
It is. They don't deserve it either.
Yeah. Anyway, on that note,
Yeah, we've gone way over time.
we have gone over time, but it's okay because we are still in warranty. So we will milk it.
Absolutely.
I get a massive charge. Please milk.
$900.
Okay. This is the thing about not having a film to watch, even though we do carry on chatting crap after watching the porno. There isn't like a
A
sort
nice
of
end.
natural.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
thinking of setting an alarm, but
So we
even when
just
I'm watching the time, I just keep talking. Okay, let's stop. A really smooth way to end.
guys, for coming back to listen to us. Happy Valentine's Day. If you're
Valentine's
listening to
Day.
this on Valentine's Day, happy whatever day you're listening to it on. Try and find some happiness in any day. because
Oh
you
my God,
know.
look at the sky. It is gorgeous lately.
Can you actually? I will say this. I know we will end shortly, but you can visibly feel the days getting longer, and it is
Yeah.
making such a difference. Such a difference. I like, yeah. And I just can't wait until I can sit at home and not go out, but at least it's light outside.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm lying. Yeah, you're right.
Thanks, COVID. Thanks. Actually, no, I'm not going to thank those things because they're just things. Thanks / no thanks to the British government for
Facts.
really fucking up the pandemic
Yeah,
management.
again, just when we thought you couldn't go any lower.
Yeah.
If it wasn't
You
this, it would have been something else.
that limbo line, that limbo bar of what it is to be a basic, decent person
How
and
low can
politician.
you go?
Oh, really fucking low. Yeah, it turns out Tories, flexible spines.
The
We'll get
limit does
right
not
under that bar.
exist.
The limit does not exist. Shut up. Ugh. Okay, fine.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Yeah.
Oh my God, wait, rewind the tape.